Now, answering your questions about the law and legal issues. This is Legal Break with attorney Gary Bruce.
And I'm Maureen Akers. Welcome, Gary.
Good morning. Good to be here.
Yes, glad to have you as always.
Thanks.
Today's question, let's pull it right up.
It's a good one.
It is. Gary, what insurance covers a rental car?
Yeah, so this is the question I ask myself
Yeah.
every time I rent a car.
You have to rent a car, right?
Like,
What
am I going to be covered? You know, and it used to be they'd make you produce a copy of your insurance card and a copy of everything. Now they just want to see your driver's license and they put you in a car.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't have insurance, believe it or not. And so that car, if you're hit by a rental car, by the way, there is a mandatory minimum coverage on it. So you will be covered to a certain level. But the question is about me, you know, am I protected if I make a mistake or something, if a tree falls on the car in the parking lot,
all kind of things.
right, all that stuff. And so first place you look is your own coverage. And here's the distinction to worry about. Some coverages say they only insure a replacement vehicle. So if your car's in the shop and you have to rent a car, or your car's been wrecked and it's being fixed and you have to rent a car, they'll cover the replacement car. Not necessarily just like you're on vacation and rent a car.
Big
So
difference.
you got to be careful about that. I don't think that's as big a deal as it used to be, but it's something to think about. But you need to look at your coverage. If you're on a business trip, well, there's all kinds of that your car might not be covered under your policy because you're not driving for your purposes. And it used to be, and I haven't looked at this in a long time, but it used to be that car insurance didn't cover business operations. So if you were running a business, you had to have business coverage for your car. So you got to be careful about these things. I think generally most coverage works though, but you might call your agent. It's important to know.
Yeah.
And then of course there's the credit card. You know, if you use certain credit cards, you're going to have minimum coverages or maybe more than minimum coverages. And the concern I have is this. If something happens in another state where I'm not covered and I don't know what the minimum limits are, what if I hit a Ferrari, you know, and I'm responsible for that kind of property damage? Anyway, there's a lot to be worried about. I would ask somebody before I rent.
Okay, so do I need to buy that coverage then that they ask me about at the counter?
Yeah, so then it comes down to this. What is your risk tolerance? And if you feel good about the fact you got coverage, you feel like you've used the right credit card, you've got coverage, you know, go ahead. Maybe not, you know, and I don't buy it. But I know people who do, and I think they just take a breath of relief, you know, doing it.
There you go. Thank you, Gary. We'll see you in the next legal break.